Hello everyone, a very good evening to all. So this is Dhruvin Jain here, and today we will be learning about a very easy topic, but I don't know why people try to make it sound so hard, which is volume profile. Volume profile. So what is volume profile? Yes, volume profile is nothing but an interpretation of data which shows us and imbalanced regions balanced regions and imbalanced regions in a chart using the locations of prices. So I'll just actually volume profile is not. Uh, I know I first explain you guys theory of a concept, then I continue on to show you some charts. But actually, volume profile is not so much theory friendly subject. So I will I'll just explain the concepts with charts also. Okay? Wait a second. So volume profile shows us the data of balanced regions and imbalanced regions in a chart using price locations. So what are balanced regions and imbalanced regions? Let me first show you that. So this is a chart of weekly chart of Lupin, in which we can see that in here many traders are there, and this particular region is called a balanced region. This particular trending region is called a imbalance region. So let's continue further. So what is a difference between volume profile and volumes? Actually, a normal volume, which is this normal volume indicator, gives us the data on the basis of time. I'll explain you this what I have just told you guys. Uh, Explains the data on the basis of time, whereas volume profile gives us the data on the basis of location of prices. Let me explain you that too. So whenever you change a time frame of a chart, directly the volumes will be affected by it. Okay, but the volume profile is always calculated on the basis of the locations of the prices, where the prices are located. Okay, yes, I do agree to this argument that changing in time frame will lead to change in volume profile, but know this: time frame changing affects volume profile indirectly. The direct effect is caused by the price locations. The direct effect is caused by the price locations. When time frame changes, price location changes. And when time frame changes, guys, the location of prices changes. That in turn changes the volume profile. So yes, volume profile is indirectly affected by the time frame, but not directly. So to understand volume profile further, we will need to understand the sub concepts of the volume profile. Volume profile broadly has three concepts, namely high volume node, low volume nodes, and point of control. Uh, th- these are really some of the most simplest concepts you will ever see. I don't know. I seriously don't know why people try to make it so hard. Why people try to uh, find courses or books to learn volume profile. And I seriously feel that it's a very easy topic. That's why I am making this video for you guys, because it's really one of chindi as well. See, frankly speaking. So high volume node, first let me just tell you the meaning of it. High volume node, it is region of balance where most traders are located and have traded. Here both supply and demand fight, and that's why a balance and or consolidation is created, which can be seen in high volume node. So in the case of Lupin, we can see many traders are located in this particular price region of between, let's say, 1100 to between 1100 to 700. Between 700 to 1100, many traders are located. Many traders have traded in this price location. And in short, what high volume note says that supply and demand have fought a great battle here. That's why a balanced region can be seen here. and this can be reflected with a high volume node. This particular gray area is a volume node, and this particular clutter of mountain you can see is a high volume node. So this particular area you guys right now are seeing is a balanced region where traders are heavily located. Okay. Now what is low volume node? Low volume node is a region of imbalance, where a price is trending in nature. Okay. In low volume node, either supply has won or either demand has won, and uh, that's why the price is in trending zone, and that's how an imbalance can be seen. Okay. Now I'll explain you the concept of low volume node first. Okay, now let's see. In here we can see a high volume node. That means a balance between supply and demand can be seen in here. Many traders are located a slightly small high volume node, but still it's there. So when this low volume node was broken, when this high volume node was broken, it shifted to a low volume node region, which is trending in nature. This particular price location, which I am right now cursing through, which my cursor is right now at, is a trending zone. Okay. This particular region is a trending zone, and it has a low volume node. See, this clutter of mountain, ये थोड़ा कम हो गया, and that's why it has a low volume node. Now if now what I can analyze from this chart is, if this particular region of sign of strength SOS is broken with huge volumes, then the price will enter into low volume node region, and low volume node region is a trending zone. That's why it's always good to trade in a imbalance region. बस ये मारामारी में मत फंसो, बैलेंस रीजन में ट्रेड कर सकते हो if you have that much proficiency, that if you have that much power, you can do that, no issues. I don't personally do it because I feel कि मुझे I want an easy trade. That's why I trade in a trending zone. I trade in a low volume node region. That's the thing. Okay. Now what is point of control? Yes, point of control is also a type of high volume node, but point of control is region where maximum numbers of trades can be seen and usually has the highest volume node in a given data set. Okay. So I'll explain you this. Actually, I don't think so. Why is I'll show you an example of point of control too. I guess, yes, I guess they have hidden the line of that point of control. I'll show you the point of control. Point of control is usually nothing but the highest HVN, highest high volume node region. So here we can see this accumulation portion, this Vyckoffka accumulation cycle right now is having a highest volume node, which can be called as point of control too. So this particular white color का gap जो दिख रहा है ना, this particular thing is point of control. Okay, guys. Now let's continue further. Now, how to use this can't be explained in a theory way, so that's why I'll show you with some examples of charts only, so that uh, we can learn the process of analyzing the volume profile. Then to broadly classifying, I have personally named these concepts. Broadly naming it, it's breakout from high volume node to low volume node, as I showed you in the example of Lupin. Overhead support or resistance, and volume profile is really good to plot support or resistance also. Okay. I'll show you all the three examples in any chart. actually, really, it's not a theoretical friendly subject. That's why I have to explain you guys with some practical examples only. Okay, one second, let's see. So here we can see in the example of lupin that this particular region, this particular zone, this region was of high volume load. This balance zone was of volume load, and when it broke from high volume node to a low volume node region. So this is really useful to you can take an entry from this zone. You can take an entry from break from this particular low. Then you will be trading in this trending region. Now this accumulation when completes and a breakout occurs with high volumes, the price will enter into a low volume node region, which probably when this price enters into low volume node region, it will give me a great probability of trading in a trending zone. Okay, this is an example of breakout. This is an example of breakout from high volume node to low volume node. I have many more examples. Let us continue the study with that only. Okay. Let's take an example of amber. Amber enterprises. Perfect. One second, guys, it's loading. आधा टाइम मेरा इसमें चल गया. Okay, हाँ. In setting, in amber we can see that amber has a POC range at this portion. It has a POC. It has a point of control at this range. It has a good high volume node in this balance region. Let me plot this balance region for you guys. And the balance region, one sec. The balance region, this particular balance region, this particular high volume node has broke with a good wide range candle with good volumes, and the pullback of red volume has occurred with a red candle. So in this example also we can see that we can see that we can see an example of breakout from high volume node to low volume node. Okay. Now other example. Let me take Fortis. Fortis also I was, and I guess I was analyzing this in my last video, and I have a good entry. I see a good entry position in Fortis. No stock recommendation, guys. I am not a savvy registered stock analyst. Please make your own apt analysis. So in Fortis we can see that this zone is a point of control. The balance region of high volume node, this high volume node, this is a relatively lower volume node from this and this, and this high volume node has broken with good wide range candles, you can see. So here also we can see an example of breakout from high volume node to low volume node. Okay. Here we can see that in this point of control region, If I plot a rectangle here, let me plot one. Here in this balance region, here in this high volume node region, or we can also say point of control region, this point of control zone has also act as a good support zone. So you can see this, it has acted as a good support zone. Okay. uh, and yes, guys, I do know that when multiple times support or resistance is being tested, the support or resistance gets weaker. But 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 here, while using volume profile, we only analyze the trades and a balance region, so just don't relate that particular topic in this one. Okay. And we only use volume profile to plot strong zone where many traders have traded. So here we can see a good example where this point of control has acted as a support. Okay. So let me just revise. Breakout from high volume node to low volume node is somewhat like this. When price breaks into the trending zone, when price breaks into the trending zone into low volume node zone and has good volumes, then the setup to take entry is really good, which in the case of Fortis is. Okay. Now let me take another example, power grid. So by now you guys would have noticed that I am not using RSI or RS right now, because to continue a good flow of this video, I'll just uh, use the analysis of price action and volumes and volume profile, ताकि ज़्यादा confusion ना हो कि मैं RSI भी डालूँ, RS भी डालूँ, उसके भी confluences बताओ, then it will be really confusing for everyone. ठीक है? Go on weekly charts. Yes, actually I myself am a hardcore swing or positional trader, so that's why I like to use higher time frames as such. But frankly speaking, a volume profile works really well in lower time frames like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour also. No worries. You can use volume profile for intraday trading, 5 minutes for intraday trading, and using 5 minutes for intraday trading and using volume profile on 5 minutes is using VWAP plus volume profile plus volume plus MVWAP. Really, that setup is like superb, guys. So don't worry that this won't work in intraday. Yes, it would really work nice in intraday. Just don't worry about that. So what did I saw in power grid? In power grid, we can see that this is a good region, quite. So here we can see that it's a point of control only. It's like a point of control only. Here a good balance can be seen. And right now the price is entering this high volume node. So let's see if this, we can analyze that if this particular high volume node region is broken, then too it will continue inside the high volume node region. So all of these highs have to break. All of these highs have to break. Let me plot the resistance for you guys. So all of these highs have to break, then only the price will enter into low volume node region, which is like infinity, है ही नहीं ऊपर कुछ. तो means yes, let's assume a low volume node region only. ठीक है. So this is the thing, and here we can see that this high volume node region has also acted as a good support in this particular region. Okay. So So if the price has to break, it has to break with good volumes, with good wide range candles, and it has to sustain the pressure of high volume node. It has to yes, the resistance has been tested for like third or fourth time. So I guess the resistance would get weaker by now. But let's see what happens. I will also have to look for the delivery volumes of power grid. Let's have a look at that later. So this is my analysis of power grid. Let me take another example. Escorts. Okay, now that's a good. Let me change the data set from 500 to 200 so that I can have a good. Okay, yes. So right now we can see in the example of escorts also that the price is taking a pullback to the uh, to the high volume node region, and if the price continues in the trend, it will continue to do so in a low volume node region. So this high volume node region can act as a good support also, we can say this. So I haven't shown you guys the example of overhead high volume node resistance that I'll show you in the example for of Lupin only. Okay, let's take an example of Reliance. एक कोरोमंडल का लेता है. I'm optimistic in agrochemical sector and fertilizers and petrochemicals stocks, especially Coromandel. This is my own bias, guys. Just don't act upon it. And do so, if you are doing that, just do it at your own responsibility. I'm not a SEBI registered analyst, please, guys. Don't help me. Don't hold me responsible for it. Okay. So right now we can see that Coromandel is also in a good high volume node region. And so I was showing you the example. शायद ये setting में that setting wasn't working. This orange line is a point of control region. Okay, I guess in other charts that wasn't showing, but in Coromandel International we can see a point of control. So point of control in here. So this was the point of control. Relatively, the high volume node of this region is also at par with the point of control, at almost par with the. इतना भी equal नहीं है, थोड़ा difference है. Then to a balance has been created, and if the price breaks with good volumes again, it will again enter into a low volume node region. Okay. And Rallis India again. Agrochemical stock. Wow, in Rallis India, we can see that this point of control has acted as a good support zone. And this point of control, let's see, price was trending in here, price was trending in here. It took a good pullback with relatively low volumes, not that low volumes because here volumes were dry, but this was also a consolidating phase. And when the price took a pullback here, it took a support from this point of control region. And right now we can see that it's inside a high volume node region only. So let's see what happens for Rallis India. Okay, now I'll show you guys an example of overhead resistance or overhead support. Okay, loop in. Let me show you a chart of Lupin weekly. Huh. Lupin, I am actually really optimistic with Lupin because it has formed a good wick of accumulation, and it is right now inside the wick of accumulation cycle. And other two stocks like Lumax and Eris Life Sciences also, I am really optimistic for that. Let's see what happens. So let me change this data set from 200 look back period to 500 look back period. So here in Lupin, we can see that overhead resistance. What is an overhead resistance? For example, if the price of Lupin breaks this high volume node region, breaks this resistance, it will enter into a low volume region, right? But what is the overhead resistance? What is the overhead resistance? What is the overhead high volume node? So overhead high volume node we can see in the region of 1400s, 1450 regions. So we can take a good opportunity of having this having we can take good trades in this particular zone also. After this breakout, we can say that we really can take some fruitful profits from this zone from 1000, from 1100 to 1400s. Okay. So I was just showing you an example of overhead resistance or overhead support also, because not overhead support, I should say underbody support, because if a price breaks from the support region and if it enters a next if the price breaks from a support region, like in this example, okay, like in this example, price was in a good high volume node region, it broke, and right now it's inside the next under body support region, I should say. Yes, overhead support, because uh, this is a good example for that. Now the overhead resistance for this is here at 1400s level, and if the breakout occurs, we can take some good profits uh, in this trend also. Okay. So this is an example of Lupin. So I hope in this whole session I have explained you all the examples of breakout from high volume node to low volume node, overhead support or resistance, and like plotting support or resistance is like that only. We can locate a good support or resistance region using the volume profile also. Okay. So finally, we are almost at the end of a session. So I would like to clarify out some things with relation to volume profile before ending it. I have frequently actually encountered many questions where people ask what is the perfect amount of data set or look back period that should be taken for analyzing volume profile. So frankly speaking, guys, in my opinion, there's nothing perfect, to be honest. It really depends upon your belief, on your analysis, on your mentality, on your way of doing analysis. That's why volume profile analysis can vary from a person to person. You can take whatever number of data set as you feel is sufficient, but still, guys, still, if you want if you would like to give me a logical answer to this question, that what set should be taken, what sufficient data set should be taken, what sufficient look back period should be taken. So the sufficient data set is that where volume profile can, in my opinion, a sufficient data set is where a volume profile can plot sufficient data in a given set. Just understand the true meaning behind this sentence I have just said. If you are analyzing a chart, I believe that there should be a sufficient data to back it up. In my opinion, a good data set for analyzing volume profile should include a chart which has these two things, which is trend and consolidation. जब तुरंत आपने एक चार्ट देखा, वो तुरंत एक चार्ट में ट्रेंड एंड कंसोलिडेशन शुड बी विजिबल. If there are multiple consolidation and trend phases in one go or in one chart, you can see clearly. Then there you go. It's sufficient, not perfect. Then there you go. It's देखो guys, there is nothing such as perfect data set or perfect analysis. So अगर आपको एक sufficient data मिल जाता है, for example अभी मैंने लुपिन के लिए इतना डेटा लिया, अभी मैं सोचता हूँ कि इतना डेटा for me is sufficient for me, in which I see a sufficient for me is like I can see a trend, I can see a consolidation phase, so that is sufficient for me. And if you plot a multiple number of trend or multiple number of consolidation, then that is more better, not an issue. Okay, so if you have multiple consolidation and trends, then you will be getting good analysis with क्या बोलते हैं with volume profile also. And always take care of this, always trade in imbalance region, always trade in low volume node region. And if you get a chance from if you get a chance of taking entries at breakout from high volume node to low volume node, take it guys, just take it, not an issue, just take it. Just look at where is the overhead resistance, just look at where is the overhead high volume node, to see if the to see if the over and also see if the overhead resistance is not that strong. Also if you want to trade in a good good trending good trending region, if you want to trade in a good trending region, just make sure uh, it doesn't has a frequent overhead resistance, it doesn't have a big overhead resistance than the current one which you are right now into. So for example, if we take the example of looping, the overhead resistance of this is not that great as compared to this current one. So if this price breaks from this region to this region, it can surely consolidate, it can surely take some break here, it can surely take some break here, and it can enter into the trend again, and it will but if the price is right now here, if the price is right now here and right now it breaks from this region to this region, so my overhead resistance is really frequent, my overhead resistance right now would be really frequent, so that would be a not so good trade. Yes, you can do so, not an issue, you can take that trade, not an issue, but that won't be uh, that won't be a good trade for you, for in my opinion. That means itna probability won't be that high to take fruitful profits from that trend. That's my opinion. Okay, so in my opinion, just a data set should be sufficient enough to show you guys trend and consolidation. If a trend and consolidation दिख गया ना, that's enough guys. या multiple भी दिख गया ना, that's enough. Just because look back period, because data set can vary from person to person. So in my opinion, if you have a trend and consolidation phase, that's really enough. Just take that data set, just take that look back period and enter it into your charts. Okay. So now after all of this, after this video, I'll just cover this small thing, because I know many people will be confused with this part, where to find volume profile, this basic one. सब लोग वही पूछते रहेंगे, Dhruvin, where to find this volume profile indicator, Dhruvin, where to find this volume profile indicator. So first and foremost, volume profile can be found in if you have zero, the volume profile can be found in chart IQ. Just go in settings and change the settings from trading view charts to chart IQ. Okay guys, so in chart IQ also there is an option for volume profile. Okay, and what are the other options if you are using if you are using trading view ka normal wala version and not the version of zero da, so you can search in public library for these indicators. First of all, zero da also has an inbuilt indicator, which is trading, which is the fixed range volume profile, and it's a drawing tool actually. So you can find this drawing tool here. I guess I forgot the where was this drawing tool? Guys. No, it's not here. It's not here. No, it's not here. Yes, so this particular drawing tool is right now here. So just how to use it, I'll show you. If you want, so in Lupin, I can see I want to take this trend, I want to take this consolidation. So I'll place my first point here and I'll place my second point to the end of this zone. So right, yes, see, same to same. My default volume profile with which I was showing you the analysis, and the volume profile of inbuilt trading view. You can see a point of control, which is this red colored mark. You can see a low volume node region. You can see a high volume node, which is these two parts. So there you go. There's an inbuilt indicator also, but then too, if you want to find a indicator and not a drawing tool, so there is one, don't worry about that. So in public library, just search for volume profile, and the author and the creator of that volume profile is this particular guy, this guy KV4 coins. And there's the another one by the name of poor man's volume profile by, I don't know, I can't read this, but just take a note of this. I'll show you in the public library too. One sec. I guess it's in my favorite section. It should be in my favorite section. Wait, let me show you this. Huh. So I have this volume profile, and KV4 coins is the creator of it. I have poor man's volume profile, and I don't know, I can't spell this, I can't pronounce this. Just take a note of this, take a screenshot of this. I don't know what is this. So it's by the name poor man's volume profile. You can use this. And actually volume profile is a premium version of trading view, but I personally don't, I haven't purchased the premium version of volume profile. I haven't purchased the premium version of trading view. So I really don't find it that useful. If I am getting those free things in public library only, and if I'm getting those free things in my Zero Daka dashboard, my Zero Daka chart IQ, so it's enough. Them, I don't want to spend my hard-earned money in a free thing, guys. So you can find volume profile in chart IQ. You can find it as an inbuilt indicator. It's a drawing tool by the name fixed range volume profile. You can also find this two indicator, which is available in public library. So guys, I hope it was a nice session by my side. I hope you get to learn, uh, you got to learn many things about volume profile. So till then, bye. Just take care of yourself, guys. Have a nice day. This is Dhruvin Jain signing off. Thank you.